Guess who's back? What's up, y'all? It's your boy, man, the mastermind behind the mic, the podcast Unk. Back in the building, y'all. Episode 61, Jock Johnson podcast. If you hadn't checked out the podcast, check it out. It's available here on the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit me up in the comment section for any comments. Love to hear from you. And also set those notifications so that when I do drop an episode, you'll be alerted. All right, so we got the preliminaries out of the way. I'm back with an update. It's been over a month now since I've done my last episode. And I talked about it in my last episode also about my thing going on with kidney stones. So I wanted to come back and do an episode and give you an update on what I had going on. This past Monday, I had the procedure done. I had a lithotripsy procedure done to break up stone. I had one stone that was pretty big that it required that, or either they was gonna have to go in my back if I kept on waiting around trying to, avoid it. But hey, either way it goes, it was gonna have to be done. Had the shit done, and it was successful. But the thing is, after having that surgery, man, it have you weak, and it's a laser surgery. We're gonna talk about lithotripsy here in a moment, but had the procedure done, outpatient surgery. Came home, and of course, had to drink fluids, put me on the meds. Actually, one of them was hydrocodone for pain. You know how that goes. So, but I had the procedure done, and yeah, those first couple of times of going to the bathroom, man, yeah, it wasn't pretty. You know what I'm saying? It's bloody as fuck. Um, and I had to continue to drink plenty of water, drink plenty of liquids to get this stuff out of my system. And um, I actually thought that, damn, did you do anything? Because this shit it's all week. I actually started feeling better late Friday afternoon. I was having a lot of pain in my lower abdomen, on my left side. I was having pain, frequently going to the bathroom. And as you can see right here, I'm trying to, ease up doing the show because I might end up have to step out of here. But had that, had the situation taken care of, but it was just agonizing all week. I'm talking about all week. It wasn't maybe 2 days. I'll start feeling a lot better now. It was all week up until this past Friday. Started feeling a lot better. Start moving around, start doing shit that I probably didn't need to do in the house because, I heard about it. I was getting this shit in my ear. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that and all that. But I'm used to being active. I'm used to moving. I'm used to shit. I'm just like, hey, I'm a single motherfucker, man, in the house because that was the way I was raised to, keep shit up. And hell, I was doing shit from folding clothes and all. And but I did have some instances where I did start gradually feeling a little pain again, and that's because, this shit was, pushing out of my system and I've been drinking water. So, I'm looking at now, man, ways of preventing this shit from happening because I've had this may be about the fifth or sixth episode I've had with kidney stones. And the doctor was saying something about, a lot of calcium, too much calcium in my system. So I've been looking into ways of trying to my diet and all and watching what I eat and all. And, we're going to talk about that too in a minute. But, I want to, for those of you that don't know about lithotripsy surgery that hadn't experienced kidney stones, we're going to talk about that a little bit, and we're going to put it up here on the screen too, a little rundown on it. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to pull it up here on the screen. I actually been in here rearranging in the studio yesterday, man. So, I was feeling damn good. I'm out here doing some rearranging in this joint. So we're gonna see if we can get this pulled up here momentarily. Shit is kind of slowing up a little bit today for some reason. And hopefully we can get it up. Just give me a second. I want to actually put it up here on the screen so you guys can check out what I'm talking about. So I actually was fucking hitting the wrong button, y'all. I'm sorry about that. But lithotripsy surgery. This is the procedure that I went through this past Monday. And like I said, this is might have been the third time I've experienced this surgery. So I knew what was, at stake and what I had to, what I was going to end up going through, because from previous times I've been weak afterwards, for a couple of days, and, gradually started, getting back to my old self. But it says here about lithotripsy surgery. It's a non-invasive medical procedure used to treat kidney stones and other urinary tract stones. It involves breaking down the stones into small fragments that can be passed through the urinary system. So that's what was done. It uses lasers to, you had to be put to sleep. Of course, you've been put to sleep, and generates these shock waves through your body and target the stone. Now, I had a 1.9 millimeter kidney stone, and I had some small ones also. I had some small ones in my pelvic area, and I think that was causing a lot of my back pain too, because I was having back pain a lot, my lower back, which I still have some issues with my back, but that made it even worse with the stones. So, we went through this, and if I hadn't done this procedure, it was going to be to a point where they might have to go into my back. And I talked about that a little bit on the last episode about that procedure, them possibly had to go on my back, which I was trying to avoid because I didn't want to do that. So it says right here too about the procedure, it's basic stuff, normally telling about how the patient lies on the table in position so that the stones can be targeted. It says the machine called a lithotripter generates shock waves that focus on the stones itself. The shock waves breaks the stones into smaller fragments, and then once it's broken up, you automatically know that the fragment's going to be passed through your urine. So that was the importance of drinking a lot of fluids, drinking a lot of water, and pushing this shit out. But this week has been hectic, man, because like I said, I thought maybe after 3 days, okay, yeah, I'll be back to normal. But no, it was an all week thing. I'm talking about late Friday afternoon, I gradually started feeling better, because Friday morning I was having that pain again so bad in my lower abdomen, and that's, I think, it's in my bladder. And I thought I was going to have to go back to the damn doctor. I actually thought I was going to have to go back because I was hurting bad. And I took the hydrocodone, of course. I had one pill that I take every day that I'm supposed to take every day. And I actually took the last one today. Then I had another one that I have to take every night before bedtime. Because I had that antibiotic. I think that was the last one I took today. Just saying that. But hydrocodone, everybody know about hydrocodone, okay, for the pain. Helps out. It helped out. And yesterday felt good. Started doing my normal routines, moving around and shit. But then later on yesterday, in the afternoon, late afternoon, I started feeling just a little pain again. My lower abdomen. I'm like, damn, when this shit gonna ever go away? Is this gonna ever go away? So, finally, I hadn't had the pain no more, but I just been frequently going to the bathroom. That, like I said, that's due to drinking all the water, flushing my system out. Here in the last couple hours, man, I've been pretty frequent. So I'm hoping I can just make it through this episode, so I won't have to be jumping up and getting out of here. But yeah, that's what I've been going through. Yeah, I went through the procedure, um, got everything taken care of, and I just hope it stays this way because I don't wish this on anybody. I don't wish it on anybody. And I started doing a little bit more research too about my prevention of these kidney stones, my diet, and all that. So I got to get this shit, man. I got to fight. I'm gonna keep fighting through. I just want to uh, not continue to be having to deal with this, and I want to make sure I'm doing all the right things to prevent this from happening because I've had a number of episodes, and it's no joke. I don't wish this on nobody. It's no joke. So you guys, man, you got to take care of yourself. Okay. I thought about, I'm like, man, okay, you're 52 years old, man. You're getting older. You got to take better care of yourself. Not saying I'm not. I thought I was drinking enough water, but evidently I hadn't been drinking enough water like I need to be. Yeah, I've been drinking it, but not like I really should be drinking water. So this shit made me take a whole new, different outlook on my health because I don't want nothing to the point that's going to harm my kidneys to the point where I might have to be on dialysis or some shit like that. And I definitely don't want to have to go through that. But yeah, it's no joke, y'all. It's no joke. Take a quick 30-second break and gonna come back. I'm gonna talk about the prevention too, man. Gonna talk about the prevention and some of the stuff to eat to prevent this shit from happening. Back in 30 seconds. All right, y'all, we are back. More of the Jock Johnson podcast. Man, that sounds good, man. It's been a minute. My damn headphones and microphone sound damn good today, man. So, I had been asked too about, man, when you gonna do another podcast? When you gonna do another podcast? And I feel like today I definitely needed to get in because I feel good, and give you an update of what's going on with me. So, I was mentioning earlier that I was talking about the prevention of with kidney stones and some of the things to eat, and some of the things I shouldn't be eating because we can't eat a lot of different kinds of foods with a lot of salts and all that shit, too much seasoning and all that shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been pigging around a little bit, eating crawfish and doing all this shit, man, doing the norm. But I had started taking a look too at getting back into weight loss and just being focused on being more healthier, man, and stop doing all the negative stuff because, like I said, I'm getting older now, and nobody's gonna take care of you but you. So why not want to be on board of taking care of your health and taking care of yourself, man, so you can stay around here because I'm trying to stick around. I got sons, man. I got sons. My youngest one. I'm praying and hoping and praying that his football career takes off even further. So I definitely want to be around to see that. So, but go pull it up. See, I'm taking advantage of my computer and shit, man. I actually got out here and mounted my monitor. I mounted my monitor up yesterday, so I was feeling good. Like I came out here and I had, I got the dual monitors and I mounted one up yesterday on the wall. So if you see me looking off, I'm looking up at my monitor over here to my right. So I'm gonna pull this shit up, pull my screen up right quick, And see, a few minutes ago, I wasn't hitting the shit right. I was over there clicking and waiting and going all that. But um, I went on yesterday, did a little research about the prevention. I went to the National Kidney Foundation and pulled it up about the stones. What it it gives you the basic um, things saying about what are kidney stones and all that. And my main thing was what is the most important factor to prevent kidney stone formation. Now, I'm gonna read this a little bit. Read it here. What it says about the prevention of stone formation. Um, it says one of the best things you can do to avoid kidney stones is to drink plenty of water every day. See, I was drinking water, but I wasn't drinking water like I need to be. Maybe 2 bottles, maybe right at 3 bottles of water. I thought, yeah, that was it. But no, got to constantly drink water. And working a 9 to 5, man, it's kind of hard to do that because you don't want to have to be going to the bathroom every few minutes. Somebody trying to take your spot and all that shit. And then the first thing motherfuckers be saying, "Oh, you drinking too much water." So, hopefully before long, I don't have to deal with that shit anymore. But uh, it goes on to say, don't underestimate your sweat. Saunas, hot yoga, I don't do that shit. And heavy exercise may sound good for your health, but they also may lead to kidney stones. Why? Loss of water through sweating, whether due to these activities or just the heat of the summer, may lead to less urine production. The more you sweat, the less you will urinate, which allows stone causing minerals to settle and deposit in the kidneys and the urinary tract. All right. So, yeah, I sweat. I do, but I'm not that active, really active out there like I used to be. I used to be pretty active, going, working out a lot, bike riding, which I'm fixing to start back bike riding anyway. Fixing to get back into it. Looking at my bike yesterday also, airing my tires back up. Um, and it goes on to say hydrate with water. Be sure to keep well hydrated, especially when doing exercise or activities that cause a lot of sweating, which we know that. You working out, you're gonna get thirsty, you're gonna drink, but do you drink enough? You should drink 2 to 3 quarts of liquid or 8 to 12 cups per day to produce a good amount of urine. All right. And then it goes on to say, you speak with your healthcare professional about, the right amounts and all that. Um, Another thing is, and I was looking at too, um, since they were saying about the calcium in my system. And then you got another kind of stone. We got stones there's calcium oxalate stones, which are most common stones. So I'm feeling like that's my cause right there because of the calcium. And then you have the uric acid stones, another common stone. Also, that could be that too because with red meat and different kinds of, especially red meat. At one point, I was eating red meat quite a bit. Shit that I don't need to be doing. But you know, with the first one, oxalate is naturally found in many foods, including fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, grains, and back to nuts. As far as peanuts and shit like that. And I had a bad thing. I kind of slowed my roll on it, but I had it bad with uh, eating boiled peanuts. I had it bad doing that, eating boiled peanuts. Shit like that. Spinach, I would eat spinach too. A lot on, like, I go to Subway, I wouldn't even eat lettuce. I just put spinach on my sandwich and all. Um, and then sweet potatoes, which I rarely, man, I can't even think of the last time I, uh, had sweet potato. So also says limiting the intake of these foods may be beneficial for people who form calcium oxalate stones, which is the leading type of kidney stone. Now, it also goes on to say eat and drink calcium foods such as milk, yogurt, and some cheese and oxalate rich foods together during a meal. The oxalate and calcium from the foods are more likely to bind to one another in the stomach and intestines before entering the kidneys. This will make it less likely that kidney stones will form. So, you know, I just got to make some better moves and some adjustments, man. I got to make some adjustments. Um, and then too, I was looking at like foods with a lot of seasoning salts and all that, a lot of salt and all that shit too, man. You got to look at all that because that can cause you some issues. And man, you'll be just like me. You'll be just like me. I just got to make some adjustments. I got to make some adjustments. Um, and take care of myself. Like I said, man, 52. Still fortunate enough to be here and moving around and trying to enjoy my life. But, these roadblocks, like what I've been going through here lately with these stones, man, it can be a problem. It can be a headache. And I don't want to keep dealing with this. But I got to make some adjustments. I got to take the initiative to make some adjustments with my life and with my health and stay on top of it because, a lot of us, that's one thing we don't do. We scared to go to the doctor, man, because you don't want the doctor to tell you no wrong shit. How is she gonna know? You have some shit going on that you don't know. You gotta take care of yourself. So I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna stay true to it. I'm gonna get out here and start riding my bike and start doing some walking more and start doing some exercise. And I got dumbbells. I got a elliptical. And I mean, man, I got shit here that I don't even have to go to the gym. I can do shit at the house. Go out in the garage and garage up and do whatever, do my thing, work out. And that's what I got to do. Got to do that in order to try to be around a lot longer because if you don't, you're going to start having issues. And that's because of lack of taking care of yourself. Got to take care of yourself. So, I used to be in the gym a lot. Said it before. I used to be in the gym and I used to work out all the time. I've known some times when I worked 12-hour shift and still would go to the gym. That's how dedicated I was. So, I think next month, next month, weight loss challenge. Shout out to my girl Tiffany Elps. I was in it before a couple years, maybe about 2 years ago now. Back in 23, I think it was. I was in the weight loss challenge. I did it just because it was a challenge. I wanted to be, in something challenging that's going to push me. And, it worked out. It worked out. I mean, I lost quite a bit of weight. I felt better, rest better. And by the way, why I'm saying about rest better, especially this past Friday night was probably the best night I've ever of this week that I got good rest. The other nights was hell. I didn't sleep well at all. But this past Friday night and again last night, I slept good. So I've made it my best to um, make a change, get away from a lot of the stuff that I don't need to be doing. And that's what I'm gonna keep driving to do is, keep doing what I need to do to hang around here longer. And the only way you're gonna do that is you gotta do all the right things, man. It's not nothing wrong every now and then, I feel like it's not, every now and then, do a little something that you out of the ordinary just a little bit as far as eating and all, have a cheat day. That's basically what I'm saying. I have a cheat day to, do whatever you want to do, but don't make it an everyday thing all the time. I know some people man, that gotta have a beer every day. Gotta have a beer every day. And uh the last couple of weeks I drank the beer a couple of days during the week. But it's flushing my kid, it's flushing. I think, well, you drinking beer, it's ain't doing flushing you out. Well, people would tell you, but uh it's not nothing wrong with having an occasional drink, man. It's not nothing wrong with that. I don't think it is, but it's just something that you don't want to do all the time. And I don't want to do that all the time. Not gonna do that all the time. I save money when I'm not, on that habit, not buying that shit all the time. So, but there's nothing wrong with having an occasion or drink on an occasion, man. You have some family or something over, friends or whatever. You have an occasional drink. I actually was talking to my neighbor just no day before yesterday. He saw me, said, "Man, I hadn't saw you in a while, man." I told him what was going on, had been going on with me and all. He said, "You ain't been drinking enough water, have you?" I'm like, I thought I was drinking enough water. Maybe I wasn't drinking enough like I should, but I was drinking water, but I wasn't. I honestly didn't think I was drinking enough. So he was telling me, he said, "Man, this is where I be at, man. I'm retired, which, he talking shit. I'm retired and shit, man. I have sit out on the back, man, patio and have me a glass of wine. Me and my wife come out with me sometimes and we have a glass of wine or whatever." He said, "Man, drink you some wine, man." So, but yeah, I went yesterday to the store and bought some items and stuff, man. I'm actually, um, you know, drinking, like I said, with the water, putting lemon in my water and all. I heard I think cranberry juice. Uh, Another thing to drink. Anybody got any more suggestions? Hit me up in the comment section. Uh, Help your boy out. I have been doing a little more research too, but I'd definitely like to get your input in on it and your opinion, your thoughts on it, because I don't want anybody to go through what I've been going through. I don't want them to go through that. Definitely don't. So your boy has been down. Your boy's been down, y'all. Boy's been down. All right, man. I'm gonna take a quick 30-second break. We're gonna come back and wrap this thing up. All right, y'all. We are back. For the Jock Johnson podcast. All right, so I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up here in a little bit, man. I had to come on and give you guys an update on what I got going on. I'm looking forward to trying to get my doctor to come on this motherfucker, man. Definitely trying to looking to get him to come on and give a little bit more of an analysis on and get more in depth on this situation with these stones and all, and a couple more things too. Just one of those episodes, man. I wanted to talk about the health a little bit more and what I had going on because, like I was just saying, man, this is shit. Is no joke out here, All right, so coming up real soon, I'm looking forward to doing another vlogging channel. Now, I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it before about my sons. We were talking about putting a channel together, doing us a vlogging channel with us and what's going on in our pretty much everyday lives, doing something different. And have my oldest one to come on. You see my twin there too, also. Have him in. And I hope to see you soon, son. Coming to visit you. Can't wait. Can't wait. Definitely got to get some exclusive footage on that. And now my next to oldest one, he's looking forward to being a part of the podcast, y'all. We had this conversation. He was like, Dad, I'd like to get on and do it with you. So, little JJ, looking forward to bringing him on. Uh, and also with the vlogging channel, with my sons, I have a couple more of their friends also to jump on and be a part of it, man. I think it'll be something fun, something that'll really be good, get to enjoy. And hey, I got it. Put the camera to use. We've been talking about this. I've been doing a little test runs and doing some videoing with it and going watching the playbacks on it. And I might even eventually upload some of this shit before long, man. So be on the lookout for that. And also, hopefully here in the near future, I talked about it too so many times about, moving on, doing your own thing, and making more moves, man. You work a long time, and in my situation, I've worked 22 years on a job I'm working on, and it may be coming to a close. So, yeah, that's going to be something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. Man, I'm in a great mood right now. It's been a long time coming, so I'm definitely going to talk about that on another episode. So be on the lookout for that also. So there you have it, man. I had to give you guys an update on what your boy's been dealing with, because it's been a tough last week with my situation. And I've had these episodes previous times, but it hit me again, even though it wasn't to the point that I was hurting real bad before the procedure was done. But I was feeling a little pain from time to time in my back area, my back. I was feeling pain, and it was going to eventually get worse. It's going to get worse, so we tried to put cut that shit off before it got to that point, because the last time I was in the hospital for a week, and I told you guys about the stent situation, and I had the stent put in for a week, man. That was two of the roughest weeks I could have ever gone through, but we avoided it. We cut that off, so just got to get on my grind and do what I need to do to stay on the right float, man. I got to stay right, man. I got to continue to say I got more water in here. So you guys keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I appreciate all the support from everybody that tunes into the channel, that watches the channel. I'm looking forward to bringing more content. It's going to get to a point, hopefully real soon, that I can be doing this on a daily, hint. And then the vlogging channel with my sons. We hadn't came up with a name yet, but we still in the early stages of and talks of what we're gonna do about that. So be on the lookout for it. All right, it's about gonna wrap it up. Another episode in the books, finally, y'all. Hate for y'all to have to wait so long, but gotta take care of myself, man. Health comes first, so yeah, gotta be on it. All right, if you hadn't checked out the podcast, check it out. It's available here on the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit me up in the comment section for any comments. Also, set those notifications so that when I do drop an episode, you'll be alerted. All right, that's about going to wrap it up. Yours truly, the mastermind behind the mic, the podcast Unc. Hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Push it.